Hello, Collective. Welcome to the Power of Three and Me. My name's Amber. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. You saw in the title, Razor's Edge reading. That means that there's an awful lot to unpack here. Means there's a couple things coming through. Some of it is a collective energy, more of a collective awakening and understanding that now is the time. For others, it's going to be something personal, but the point of the razor's edge energy is so take it how it applies for you, if at all. But it's like being on a train that's moving very fast down the track, and maybe the track's coming to an end. Okay. But you realize that nobody's driving it. Something happened, nobody's driving it. So what do? You know, you have to make a decision quickly. Do you take over and run and try and stop the train before it smashes into or drives off a cliff or whatever the case might be? You get it, right? Obviously, this is metaphorical. Or do you bail? Because either way, it's going to be, you know, probably a little painful. So, um, you see how this energy could apply anywhere, collectively or personally. So we'll see what comes out. But there is a lot to unpack here. There's also going to be a message coming in for you at the end from a past loved one, whether it was recent or not. Um, but we'll see what comes out there. Excuse me. So it doesn't matter what your sign is. What matters is that you might find yourself feeling like that for whatever reason. Like I say, it's a collective thing or it's a personal situation. So let's see what comes out for the collective. It is June 2026. Yeah, okay. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. So for some of you, it's that razor's edge moment where you realize that somebody's at the door. They're there. They're knocking. Do you open it? Maybe you don't know who's at the door. Something is telling you not to open the door or to be leery if you do open the door. Maybe it's somebody that you do know. And because you know who it is, you absolutely do not want to open the door. But yet you feel like you want to open the door and say, what the hell are you doing here? Get off my property, that kind of thing. But it's like that moment where you have to decide. It's big. Whatever it is, it's big. Overall energy coming from the 3D oracle, which is just major arcana. So we know from that alone that whatever this energy is, it's major. So for the collective, see, okay. Wheel of Fortune. It's something universal, and it's something that, on a personal aspect, is taking it overcomes your entire universe. So, it could be that person from your past that literally smashed your existence at the time, and your heart and your everything. And now you finally over it, and there they are at the door. Okay, for some of you, it's something like that where everything comes to a stop because whoever's standing on the other side of that door, whether it's a stranger, or somebody you know. Now, this is going to give us a little more. I'm going to say truth to what this is, but it's the messy truth oracle that we're using for the supporting energy. Let me put this over here. For the collective, what is the supporting energy for this razor's edge? Energy reading. We have woke up different, shifted energy, done tolerating, silent strength. You see how she's, um, you see what I mean? It's somebody that broke your heart in the past. And now you have the strength, you're healed, you're better. And she's putting something in this box. It's a keepsake, but it's probably something you've been wearing for a long time because you were unwilling to let go of this person that broke your heart in the past. Maybe hoping that they would come to the door. But maybe you've healed so much that now you might have changed your mind. Maybe if they came to the door, you're not sure whether that would be the right thing for you. Whether maybe 6 months ago you were positive it would be if they came back, it would just fix everything, but you weren't healed. Huh. So a personal thing here is coming out where somebody is going to be tested. And I can tell by this alone that you can see how it was the reflection, what you saw in the mirror, what it created depression, anxiety, loneliness. Okay. This is the Heaven and Earth Tarot that we're using for the main spread. So let's see what comes out. And heads up, we're clarifying with the Tarot of Sexual Magic. So it's a little, you know, nudish. But, if you're sensitive to that, then just don't really focus on the card. I don't generally leave it up very long anyway. But two fell out, King of Swords and Strength. Air energy, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. But you see, I feel like the strength is, do I open the door? Do I start? Do I even, like, obviously this person is going to be a weakness, and maybe you know better now. Maybe you're stronger, like I said, and healed. Where 6 months ago you would have, the door, wouldn't even question whether you should open the door or not. Now maybe you do. Now this King of Swords is coming with the truth. But do you want to hear that truth? I'm going to put them together. Do you want to hear that truth? For all of you, it's going to be different, but it's having to face this truth that's going to come out of this king. Maybe for some of you, it's that they want you back, but you don't know whether you want to go through that again. For the others of you, they might be coming to clear a slate, clean the slate, like a three-step program where they have to come and confess things that they did, and you might not want to face these things. So again, take it how it may apply. Could be have been an infidelity, and it could have been that much worse because maybe it was with somebody that you knew quite well. That so it was like a double betrayal. Again, it's going to be different for everybody. Take it how it applies for you, if at all. Let's keep going. What else for the collective? Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Somebody that's just extremely gorgeous. Somebody that's hot. Somebody that doesn't have to lift a finger to get people to look at or pay attention to her. But this could be you. Maybe you've got yourself back in the Queen of Wands energy after this. You woke up different. You woke up healed. You woke up strong and beautiful and confident in yourself, despite what may have happened in the past. But the past isn't showing itself here, but somebody's at the door. Let's get one more in the bottom energy, please. Three of Cups, abundance. Three of Cups is communicating, going out for drinks, going out for dinner. Uh, and I feel like this is what this knock at the door is about. Meeting friends for drinks. Maybe the person that's coming to the door was a past love, but they want to at least be friends. For all of you, it's going to be different. But whatever it is, it's an invitation to sit and talk, to reacquaint, to apologize, to catch up, however it applies to you. Knight of Swords at the bottom. Somebody's got something to say and they're kind of in a hurry to say it. And it's not a bad thing because the star is behind that. And that's wanting to heal. Somebody is in a hurry to heal something. That's why this knock at the door is coming. So if you didn't wake up different, somebody else did. The person coming to the door woke up different and they realize that they owe you an apology. They realize that they maybe owe you a whole lot and they don't want you to get away. Again, take it how it applies. We'll see if we can find out some more with the Tarot of Sexual Magic. So again, that quick heads up for you if you're a little sensitive to the old bud or these types of intimate situations. It's not really that bad, but you know. All right, with strength, with the King of Swords, let's see what comes out to clarify that energy. Okay, holy crap, that's a lot. Four cards came out. Okay, and we have to take them because they're clarifying two cards. First, we have the Lovers. So again, this King of Swords, I feel like obviously, maybe for some of you, this is somebody that you dated and you realized that you were just an option. You weren't the choice, the number one choice. You were just somebody to fill in, or maybe that's how you were left feeling. Temperance is here. Timing, divine timing. It's about healing. It's this temperance. It's it's like, why now? Because before you couldn't handle it. Before you couldn't say no, perhaps. Before you couldn't accept the apology. Maybe it was completely the other way, and now you can. Again, take it how it applies personally for you. Ace of Swords, the truth. The truth about, you know, maybe they are willing to admit now that they have some sort of fetish that you weren't into and they didn't want to tell you that and they needed to get that sorted. Um, let's see, what's this last one? Yeah, Knight of Pentacles. See, it's somebody that's catching up with you and offering you what you are owed, what you were owed in the past and what you are owed in the future. But it's coming with the Temperance card, it's coming at a time when it took you so long to get confident and strong. See that Queen of Wands energy? Like you look good, okay? And they know it, but they also know that they should never have done what they did. Um, but it's that moment. Do I or don't I? A razor's edge. See, I described it as a runaway train, but maybe that's how this relationship felt, and you had to bail. You tried to drive it, and you realize I can't drive this thing, and I got to jump, or I'm going to be no more. It could have felt like that emotionally. Excuse me. Um, let's keep going. Let's see what comes out. Oh, I also have something special here as well to end this. Let's see what comes out under the. Oh, that was quick. Look at this. The Queen of Wands. We're clarifying, and look what comes out. The devil with the giant penis. Right. Meaning that this King of Swords was driven by the loins. Okay. And it was all kind of surface love, just nothing from the heart, just attraction because of this Queen of Wands. So again, whether this is you and you feel like they just wanted you for one thing, I'm gonna say it flat out, or they sabotage something with you for somebody else that they are now going to say, I didn't care about them. It was just, it didn't mean anything. You know, that typical line. Huh. Under abundance, Three of Cups, Knight of Swords is here twice. Uh, but you see, this is pretty explicit, but there's somebody in the background there that's two people actually uh watching. So what I get from this is like family members, for instance, and friends that's it's clarifying this. And just as I was shuffling, what came to me was is all the coffees, conversations, dinners out, a few drinks, crying, partying, laughing, healing, just for this person to come back and take it all away. Because what these people saw in what happened to you was very with this Knight of Swords, you're very controlling, right? Had you right by the hair and was hurting you, and or it's this fetish coming out where you couldn't see it, but this person was unfaithful because they have this fetish that they know would not interest you whatsoever, and it might even change your opinion about them. This might be something you have to face now. Maybe you're feeling like shit because you found out that somebody was into something and you're thinking, how could I have even liked them or been with them? Like, oh, and you've had to heal. Take it how it applies. Okay. It's very emotional, you know. It was very difficult to get over. Bottom of the deck, Ten of Pentacles with Judgment underneath that. Ten of Pentacles, the money being waited on. Like, but I think, you know, relationships are, I'm just picking up that empty feeling, like, yeah, you've got all that, but there's no love. And, being hooked up with somebody that has got a fetish that they have to go off and do, like that's not great. So, I think you maybe dodged a huge bullet here, but having to maybe face it one last time and close that chapter once and for all. Um, okay, we are using my words went funny there. This is Wisdom of the House of Night Oracle cards. This is what we're using to get your advice. And then there's going to be two other messages coming out for you to close this out. For the collective that will be resonating with this Razor's Edge energy reading, clarify, please, or not clarify, but advice on the Wheel of Fortune with Woke Up Different. And maybe it's both of you. Maybe the person that's coming towards you woke up different, but you also woke up different. So either way, it just flipped the script. Advice, fulfillment. Again, I picked up a lot of uh, nights of just talking and crying and a lot of wine, a lot of this, a lot of that, healing. People close to you, giving you their view of what they saw you going through, what they saw and how you were treated. And you might have a lot of support behind you and have had so to get where you're at for this person to undo it with one knock at the door. Let's see, carrying on here. Now this first part is big. We've got the strength with the King of Swords, which could also be the strength, the power that they had over you in the past. Uh, we have the Ace of Swords, Temperance, the Lovers, and the Knight of Pentacles. Advice on all of that, please, for the collective. Chaos. They caused it. See this right here. Okay. I said they're going to pursue you again. It's going to cause chaos. The razor's edge moment. Do I or don't I? Do I take it? Do I take their offer? Do I give them a chance? Or do I not open the door at all? Either is, it's going to require great strength to make this decision. You're not going to have much time to make it. That's the point. So hopefully this reading gives you a heads up on what's to come. The devil under the Queen of Wands. Rise. Exactly what a penis does. Exactly. I'm sorry, I'm only saying that because we've got the Queen of Wands, which we know is extremely attractive, and we've got that big old penis there that devil's holding, which means, it's controlled by lust. But the rise is the strength card is so pivotal. It's like the new strength that you have, but this is strength that they had over you in the past. They're probably very attractive. They probably are very charismatic with their words. Or maybe they're not it's honest. Maybe they're honest about what they're like. And they think that that helps them get away with it because they kind of tell you they're an asshole. They kind of tell you that they've got a wandering eye. It's very strange energy, but this is also you rising above it, willing to jump off that cliff to free yourself. You see that razor's edge moment where I said you might be on a train where you realize nobody's driving this fucking thing and I gotta bail before there's nothing left of me to bail. So again, that could be a relationship that's just a runaway train. Gonna be a little different for everybody. And I really hope that you guys will leave me messages to let me know if this is how this resonated with you and if this helped you at all. Please feel free to do that. Ah, this Knight of Swords, which has shown up twice. And I think that's the point. Okay, they're from your past. They did a lot of damage, and now here they are at the door again, hoping to just take hold. Under the Three of Cups, please. Two came out. The Warrior and Confidence. You woke up different. and they're going to see it. I think they're going to know as soon as they look at you and the way you look at them. They don't stand a chance. Bottom of this deck, reminder, don't forget. Some of you, your guides are saying that they don't want you to forget something, and it'll be something specific for somebody out there, okay? Where you're going to be like, oh, yeah. And it's that reminder, somebody reminding you. Now you're being reminded from your guides through this reading just sporadically, okay? It's not about resonating with this. You're being reminded about something, and you will know what that is. Now, um, I'm going to give you a message from the other side. So this again is not going to resonate with everybody. But for those of you that feel like somebody has been trying to get a hold of you somehow, something has reminded you of somebody that passed either recently or a long time ago, let's see what comes out. For the collective, message from the other side. I always give you a good night kiss. Aw. And now we're going to close out with a divine door message. It's like a good divine spell. So I will repeat it twice. I'm going to say it once, and then I want you to repeat it and say it with me out loud a second time. For the collective that's resonated with this reading at all in any way, give them the divine door that they need the most to go through right now and close this energy out safely. Thank you so much. Divine door for the collective that resonated with the Razor's Edge reading. Two came out. Two divine doors. So that means that there's two separate energies here, as I suspected from the beginning. So you, I will leave it with you to go through whatever divine door you feel is meant and right for you. Number one, the stranger's grace. Here we go. Ego fears the sudden danger, but never underestimate the kindness of a loving stranger. A stranger's grace. Ego fears the sudden danger, but never underestimate the kindness of a loving stranger. And if that's not your divine door, then this one is Jude's song. A reminder for even the most hopeless of lost cases, you can find peace within the strangest of places. Let's repeat that. Jude's song. A reminder for even the most hopeless of lost cases, you can find peace within the strangest of places. Don't forget to hit the like button, guys, if you've got anything out of this at all. Please leave me a comment if you feel that you would like to share your story with me. If you resonated with this, everything is free. My loves, everything. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. Take care of yourself till I see you again for another one. Bye for now.